Signs of avian flu, also known as the bird flu, are in parts of Brown County.
And Local 5's Samantha Petters spoke with some experts from the DNR to discuss the ecological impact.
More than a dozen geese found dead at Duck Creek Quarry here in the village of Howard, with reports of avian flu impacting area wildlife.
Avian influenza is an influenza virus that occurs in birds. Particularly our waterfowl species are natural reservoirs of a whole strain of these viruses. The village of Howard did work with our wildlife biologists in the area to collect specimens. They have been submitted, so we can't confirm that it is avian influenza without that testing.
Without that confirmation, some areas appear to be closed off to the public to prevent the possible spread. Batten says it's important to stay clear of areas that sick or dead birds have been reported.
It is potentially a risk that if you were to have boots on and walk through an area where a bunch of geese had died from avian influenza, that you could, transmit that, take that home with you to your own birds, or spread it to wild birds in another area. So that's probably one of their big reasons why they would consider keeping people away from an area where there was ongoing goose mortality.
There was a confirmed case in a backyard poultry flock in Kenosha County Wednesday afternoon. Batten says conservation efforts are taking flight and there are ways for people to flock together to help.
Important to share information with Department of Natural Resources about sick and dead wildlife, especially groups of wildlife on the landscape. That is really important for us to be able to monitor the health of our wildlife and track impacts of disease outbreaks.
Following the detection of the first presumptive positive human case in Barron County Wednesday, experts with the Wisconsin Department of Health Services warned the general public about additional safety precautions.
One way to try to reduce the number of infections is to prevent them, if at all possible, in the first place. So washing hands before feeding or working with animals, wearing dedicated boots and clothing when working with animals to avoid tracking the virus into the barns or flocks.
In Howard, Samantha Petters, Local 5 News.
Brown County Public Health also added that it does not have any confirmed human cases and the risk to the general public remains low.